Good morning. It is still morning, and today it's 11:41 Eastern Standard, and this is going to be actually the first request of a cakeless, or not a cakeless, a waterless cake. It is going to be, if you haven't deduced anything as of yet, it is going to be a cheesecake cake. It is actually JT's favorite out of what he has been able to sample. But some other worker found out that they had been missing out on being a, quote, market taster tester. So it is time to bring that one back. And actually, JT was quite happy when he found out that that was coming back, even though I believe that he had one not only in September but in November. So he's going to have one in January. But all right, as you can see, I've already prepped the cake pan, and that is greased prior to the addition of the graham crackers, which was a mixture of graham crackers and 4 tablespoons of, I used butter. You can use whatever your choice is, and 2 tablespoons of sugar. I will actually press this down so that it is to form, and set that aside for a moment or two, because I've already got the 1.5 cups of cold milk in with my cheesecake mix. And if you notice, my mini bullet container over there, that contains the blueberries that we shall be adding to the cheesecake mix. And right here I've taken the zest from 1 lemon and put that's going to go in addition to the, actually I probably could put that right in with my blueberries right now and just give that a whirl so that we get an even distribution of that. Hopefully, anyways. If you need a better shot of that, that's what the inside is right at the moment. And I shall just do a quick little turn so that that's what the noise is that you're going to hear on my bullet. And we shall mix this into cheesecake filling. I will recover this, set that aside for a minute. In addition to preheating the oven to 350. so that we can get an accurate guess, right? I'm going to set that because I want to taste that. Because out of this mixture of 1.5 cups of cold milk, and it's going to be real close to 1 cup of the zest, the blueberries. So I'm only going to be using 1 cup of that in the cake mix for substitution of the water that it calls for. It's going to be a white vanilla base. I'm not certain if I used a French vanilla, which is a very good possibility. I have a tendency to use that a lot, or not. But they are going to get that either way. And set that in there for right now. Place that over here. Well, there is that, which will be utilized here in a minute. Alright, and I accidentally just tripped my air fryer. I used that the night before last with the haddock that you saw me do. So we have that set aside for right at the moment. And we have the cake set aside. These are all actually just right behind the camera. So we're going to mix up the 4 eggs, standard process that I go with on eggs or on cakes at any cost, and the 1/2 cup of olive oil. Yes, you may see some discoloration of the eggs because I did not rinse or make any changeover of the beaters from the cheesecake filling that has the blueberries added to it. So that's why we have a little bit of a green hue right now. So now to go back and retrieve our filling mix or our water component. And just to double check, because sometimes cakes such as a German chocolate take more than a 1 cup of water content. This one does take 1 cup, so we will take 1 cup out of, let's see how, I'll let you see that this has solidified to a point. Plump. And we will be using that. Get a cup of this in over here. Let's set that down again elsewhere. And as you see how thick that is going to increase the cooking time for this waterless cake. And if my memory and my cheat sheet was actually going back to one of the videos, the cook time is going to be just about 1 hour. And you can either put that in the fridge, let that chill out, and use it, or make another cake, or you can make little treats, little chilled treats, or some people might care to use it as a little side thing. But as you can see, we've added that, or are adding that. These are actually organic blueberries that I did purchase at work. Actually, the oil was purchased at work, the eggs were purchased at work, stimulating the economy in addition to making sure it is staying local, or semi-local for the corporation. Alright, that is in there. Get that together prior to doing the fry mix, in part just so that all of these components are going to be evenly dispersed. Right. Alright, a white vanilla cake mix. Is going to be not white. I do have one paper to finish prior to Sunday night, in addition to one reply to the discussion boards for People, Planet, Profit. And just in case my newfound nuke friend was on, he said he was on a target. I would have been a little nicer than that and called it a skimmer, as he served on the surface ships, and my time in the service was primarily on submarines. Although I did have a very short duration on a repair ship that was nicknamed Building 5 instead of AR-5. That was the USS Vulcan. Oh, Building 5 because it never went anywhere. Actually, it did go on a med cruise right after I left the party. Alright, that, I believe, is pretty much all done up. So, let's see if we can get this out of there without splashing too much. For those of you who have kids, they will be asking to look about the beaters. And I need to rearrange a couple of things to get our cake pan over there. And I am also going to need, I believe, actually I'll take one of these. I want to make sure that I'm able to get that in there. Okay. Try not to block anybody's view, in addition to not getting anything onto the sides of the cake pan. And Carmen must be with me today because we haven't had the camera do its resting period. Alright, so I'll bring the camera over to get the overview of what we are looking at. Now, I probably ought to see if I can level that out a little bit. It would on its own if I left it out, but it would be a little bit longer before it ended up coming out of the oven. And I'm not certain right at the moment whether or not I will get that up there today. I'm not even certain if she's working today. I believe she would be. But time for the oven. I center it. I have yet to find that there's any unevenness in the heating. So, oops. Let's go for an hour. Actually, I will back that down just a little bit so that I check it. I'll check it just prior to when I think it's time to do a dry stick. I will be doing the dry stick. Sometimes the cakes aren't quite fully set, so I have to wait. You can tell if it's not fully set if you just barely, or if when you try and touch it on top, it goes down on its own, or else kind of withdraws itself. You'll know. But we'll be back right after this.